everyone, Big Seven here, back for another BBL SuperCoach video. I'm making this video in between the first and second sessions of day 2 in the test match. Aussies are looking real good. If Bazball is England dominating day 1 and capitulating for the rest of the test match, then I'm looking forward to this whitewash. As for BBL, we're about 10 days away from the season starting, and I did do a fixture analysis, team reveal, etc. video. I've made a few changes from that team that I wanted to share with you. But speaking of things to share with you, I've got a relatively big announcement, and that is that I have joined forces with a few good people that I know to create a podcast. That should be coming out either today or tomorrow, I think. That's talking about BBL SuperCoach. The people involved in it, we've all made YouTube channels or videos. So first person is Griff. Griff, I would describe him as a washed AFL player, but in terms of BBL, he's very good at what he does. Former top 10 finish back in 21-22, really consistently around that top 1,000 mark. And he's someone I really enjoy interacting with. He loves telling me that my picks are faults and traps, and they probably are most of the time. So when he speaks, I sometimes listen, I sometimes don't. But he's someone that is really good at BBL, and you should check out his channel. Locke, rather than a BBL specialist, he's probably more a jack of all trades. He normally does well in AFL, BBL, and NFL. He's just really solid across all 3 of those games, and probably NBA as well. I'm not sure how he does there, but I'm pretty sure he does it. Me and Locke, we go back a fair while. We've done a Dynasty AFL Supercoach team together for I think it's been 4 years that team's been in place, and we've made the grand final in the last 3 years of that. So he's someone that I obviously trust his knowledge in the AFL base, but also in terms of BBL, he knows what he's talking about. So give him a watch and a sub as well. And then Bezzy, which is LB Fantasy. This is where the podcast is going to drop. Once that does drop, I will put a post up. But yeah, Bezzy, he's like Griff. He's a BBL specialist. Last few years have been really solid. Again, another ball knower and a good bloke as well. So Griff, Locke, and LB Fantasy, give them all a sub and a watch. In particular, the podcast, which hopefully is out today, but we'll see how things go with that. Now I've got that out of the way, let's head back into my team. And I've made a few changes. A lot of the double players remain the same, and I won't go into too much detail. A cool quirk is I've got $0 in the bank. I'm not sure. The bench is going to be jigged around a little bit, I think, and there's definitely some changes I can make based on the Sixers and Hurricanes team. With the Sixers playing in the first game, I'll go over them first. Babar Azam, I didn't realize he's going back to Pakistan along with the Freddie after, I think it's round 4. I was talking about with my fixture analysis part, I was talking about Sydney Sixers being a good long-term hold because they have a round 6 and round 9 double. But I've thought about it a bit more, and I don't actually have a lot of confidence in Sixers players. I have picked 5 of them with the plan to carry 2 of them over to round 6, but there's not a lot of long-term confidence in a lot of them. Babar Azam, obviously, he's a gun, and he's definitely locked for round 1, but he's not someone I would want to carry over. Well, he won't make it till their next double, so he's definitely a must-up for me, but also a trade-out in round 2. Jack Edwards, I've heard a bit of rumblings that he could be at 3 instead of 6, like I had in my expected lineup. I think he's still a really solid pick if he does bat at 6. But if he's batting at 3, he's a lock. Josh Philippe, I've got in my keeper spot. I'm not really convinced on this pick, but I'll go over the Hobart. I mean, with the Hobart wicket keepers, I'm not sure where in the order they're going to be, and I wanted at least one wicket keeper on a double. I can see a scenario where McDermott bats at 5 and Wade bats at 6, and then you're not really keen picking either of them. So I've got Philippi at the moment. I mean, he's started some seasons really well. Others he hasn't. But yeah, he tends to get off to a good start. And batting at the top of the order with the double, he's someone I think I will start with a plan to trade out in round 2. And then the other Sixers players I've got Ben Dorshis, he's a lock. His role is locked in tournament wide. I wouldn't. I would prefer not to have to carry 146k all the way through to round 6, but I think that's what my plan is at the moment. And then Hayden Kerr, he's a 1 week punt. I think his role is secure enough, assuming Abbott is injured. And the last I heard is that I heard back in November that he was a moderate grade hamstring. I would expect that to be 4 to 6 weeks, and that was in the middle of November as well. So I would be surprised if he gets up and is rushed back for BBL, especially because he's a bit of insurance for Australia's pace bowlers in the test side as well. Uh, and the test matches are Cricket Australia's #1 priority, and I don't see Abbott being rushed back for some Mickey Mouse BBL games. So I think Kerr can survive at least his first 2 games. It is a little bit shaky, but I think he should be able to survive in the team. And in the past, we've seen he's capable with the bat. He's also bowled overs at the back end of the innings. So I've got Kerr in my side for now. I did have Chauhan there for a bit. Chauhan, I mean, he's interesting. He's still young. He's an international player, albeit he's on that lowest pay rung of those international players. But we haven't seen him really do much either in England's tournaments or he was here last year. And I don't hate the pick. It's just I'm not that sold on it. I would rather just pay the 15k more, and at least we've seen Hayden Kerr take bulk wickets in games, whereas Chauhan, we haven't seen that. With the Hobart players, I'll go over the bowlers first because they're the 3 that are locked in for me. Ellis with the perfect role, essentially. He'll bowl 2 in the death overs. If the team takes a surge before the death overs, then he'll bowl 1 in that as well. He's just a really solid player with the ball, consistent. I'll consider captaining him over Owen. We'll see what happens with that, though. He's a lock, and if you want more Alice propaganda, go and watch the pod. Riley Meredith, he's still relatively young. He'll bowl those key overs, probably a couple at the start of the innings, and then probably a surge and a death. He's really good at what he does. Takes polls as well, and wouldn't overthink Meredith. It's just a good pick. Rishad Hussain, for me, he's a lock. He was really good in the T20 World Cup last year, bowling against quality opposition. And leg spinners that play for Hobart, or just spinners in general, they tend to do well. Paddy Dooley and Peter Hatzoglu come to mind. And Rishad Hussain should be a level above them and should be primed to take this tournament by storm. The batters are where it gets a bit dicey. Mitch Owen, there was a little bit of an injury cloud over him. There's been news that's come out today that he is good to go for the start of the tournament. So he's a lock, just batting at the top of the order. He can take innings apart. He's also a bowling option as well. I'm not sure how much he bowls this tournament, but with the bat, he's just too explosive to go past. And with Hobart having doubles in round 1 and 3, he's probably going to be the main captain option, and I wouldn't want to anti-pot him completely. The other batters are where it gets a bit dicey. Tim David and Rayan Ahmed. I did say in my last video that Tim David had opened for Australia recently. That wasn't the case. I don't know where I found that information or if I just dreamt it or what happened there. He has been batting at 4 for Australia. And if he does bat at 4 for Hobart, I'm going to be picking him. There's a chance that he plays a similar role to last year, though, where he's basically saved for the surge, and you could have your 5 and 6 even come ahead of him if Hobart get off to a shaky start. So just as a surge only batter, and I get that he's in form, but if he was only if he was listed at 5 or 6 and only coming in for surges, then his upside is limited. But if he is listed at 4 and I expect him to come in at 4, then he should get a bit more time in the middle compared to last year, and um, is then capable of outperforming his price. He is a boom or bust player, regardless of his role, and even if he was opening, he's definitely capable of scoring back-to-back ducks. But he's in good form, and as long as he bats in the top 4, he's going to be locked in for me. And then Ryan Ahmed, he's the mystery box. He could bat from anywhere between 3 and 7. He could bowl between anywhere between 0 and 4 overs. I'm not really set on the pick, especially if he bats like at a 6 or a 7. That'll make me seriously reconsider it. But the upside is definitely there. He's still young. England international. He batted at 3 in the 100, and for England at times has batted at 3 as well. He has also batted at 6 for England as well. So I'm very interested to see what he does. If he's batted at 6 or 7, I think that would probably mean that McDermott is listed in Hobart's top 4, and I would be more inclined to go there. But yeah, Ryan Ahmed, very big watch for me. His range of outcomes is probably the largest in the tournament. He could be someone that barely bowls and bats down the order and maybe averages 20 in SuperCoach, or he could have that god tier role where he bats at 3, bowls 4, and gets up to 200k. At the moment, I've got him in the side. I think with the volatility, if he didn't have the double in round 1 and round 3, then I would be more inclined to go for a safer option. But it's just if he pops off, then in round 1 with the double, and then you have to get him after that. It just makes things a bit scary. So we'll see where he's listed in the batting order for round 1 ultimately. But if he's listed top 4, he's a pick for me. The other players I've got, Shane Afridi. I've been kind of bouncing between him and Bartlett for that player to put on field. A fan of both of them. Afridi, I think him and Azam are going to be 2 or 3 levels above the competition here, and every chance that Afridi takes 5 wickets in round 1. So he's just a player I love to watch, and looking forward to see him go about his business. I might end up with Bartlett instead, depending on how much money I want to spend on the bench. No matter what happens, though, I'm going to want Afridi and Bartlett for the round 2 double that they have. On the bench, Finn Allen, a really interesting one. He came here last year with a lot of hype. Internationally, he scores runs at a fast clip, and then last year it just seemed like every game he would hit a 6 off the first or second ball, and they get caught in the deep on the third ball. And he was definitely a frustrating own. I think he's a much better player than that 85k price tag represents. Doesn't have to double until round 4, so you don't have to start him. I'm interested in starting him though, and I'm going to swap him down to the batting lineup because he's someone that, and he's got a low floor, high ceiling. I think that makes a really good loophole option for round 1. I don't think I'm going to enact the loophole. The only reason I could see doing that is if Finn Allen or the other player I have from Perth Scorchers, Aaron Hardy, if either of them went like 90 to 100 plus, then I would consider starting a loophole. or maybe if my vice captain Bubba Azam goes nuts as well. But again, he would probably have to go 90 to 100 plus, I would think, for me to consider getting a loophole. There's a lot of cheap players around that 90K and under mark where it's like, yeah, you can take the points now, but you're potentially missing out on a good player that you could have started. So Finn Allen for me, just with that boom or bust. And round four, I I would prefer to have someone with an earlier double, but I'm also looking forward to that Perth round four double. And there's a lot of options that I would be happy picking. Finn Allen, Hardy, Mitch Marsh amongst the batters, and then Richardson as a bowler. And I assume Inglis is going to be with the Test squad still, so he probably won't be an option. But guys like Matt Kelly, Marley Beardman, players that I probably would prefer to watch, but I could see myself being happy with 5 or 6 players from the Scorchers on their double. So Finn Allen's in the side for me. The player I just shifted up to the wicket keeper spot, Cam Bancroft, not that much of a high upside pick. Like he probably just plods along and gets his 30 or 40 off 30 or 40 balls. I'm not that convinced on him. I would like to tier him up to either a Sams or a Tanvir Sangha or a Shadab Khan, depending on what injury reports are like. So he's probably the enabler, I guess. So maybe I need to put him down to the batting spot. And if Tim David or Ryan Ahmed don't have the roles that I like and McDermott does, then it would be a logical pivot to go like a Ahmed to McDermott and then get a Bancroft up to a Sams or a Shadab or a Tanvir. That's why he was in the batting lineup before. Joe Clark, 68K international. He's been a frustrating watch at times, but batting near the top of the order, he can be explosive. And with the Stars having a round 3 double, probably a low risk pick and cheap enough. You know he's not going to lose his spot. He might be frustrating on the double, but with the Stars having round 3 and round 5 double, you're just hoping that he fires in one of them. Ideally both, but one should be enough. Aaron Hardy, I mentioned him before. I'm interested to see what his role is like. There was a bit of a flag over his availability because he didn't play a one-day domestic game recently, but he was playing in the Shield game, batting at 6 for Western Australia, but at BBL level has pretty consistently batted at 3. Yes, he is someone that can bat down the order if need be, but I think he will bat at 3, and he's someone that's capable of bowling a few overs as well. In the past, we've seen him at 180, 200K, and last year was a write-off with injuries. I'll back him to return back to form this year. And then the last one, he's the pod, and he's someone that I keep going back and forth between because it feels like it's more optimal to pick a double player. But Hassan Khan, he's someone that is he could have a god tier role. Well, maybe not god tier because god tier you're probably thinking Matt Short, top of the order, opening, or Cooper Connolly last year. But Hassan Khan, he can have a really good role. I expect him. So in the game he played last year for the Renegades, he only played one game because he was a replacement for Jacob Bethel. In that game, he batted above Will Sutherland, and he batted above Will Sutherland. He batted at 6 in that game. In other tournaments, mainly Major League Cricket, he's shown that he's someone that can score really fast as well. Major League Cricket last year, 5 innings out of his 11, he scored above 20 runs. In all of those innings, he went at 160 strike rate. So he's capable with the bat, and he also bowls as well. He's probably going to be that 6th bowling option for the Renegades, or their second spin option. If everything goes right, he's just going to be a cheat code. He's probably someone that you should watch rather than start, but he's just, I'm very tempted to start him anyway, even if the numbers aren't on my side. The pivot option, I guess, for him would be Wildermuth, who's 59K. It looks like things are fine, or looks like things are breaking right for him once again. Um, but I say once again because it looked like everything was breaking right for him last year. And then Brisbane decided to play two local replacement players. I think it was Daniel Drew and Tom Whitney over Jack Wildermuth. So it looks like with the injury to Spencer Johnson and Michael Nisa, I expect to stay in the Ashes squad at least for the short term. It looks like things are breaking right for Wildermuth, and at 60K, he's someone that, like Hassan Khan, could have a god tier role, batting at 7 and bowling a decent complement of overs. But I need to see it to believe it. If I need to, he's someone I'll pivot to at round 2, I think. And I think Hassan Khan as well, if I do decide to go the loophole route, Hassan Khan would be the last out. Oh, sorry, he would be the first out to get that loophole, and then I'd probably be looking to get a Bancroft up to a Shadab or a Sams or someone of that nature. So yeah, thanks very much for watching. I'm going to put another league code down in the description as well, alongside all of the lads that are going to be in the podcast as well. I'll put all of their channels in the description as well. And looking forward to hearing what you guys think of the pod. I had a lot of fun recording it, and it was very interesting to hear a few perspectives of the boys as well. So give that a watch. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you for the next video.